PDP flag bearer for Hosa local government area in the forthcoming local government election, Princess Nkechi Iyoko, assured that Ebonyi women would continue to support the government in its programs and policies.
I want to thank her immensely for carrying women along in everything she's doing. You can see how women are smiling, they are very happy, they appreciate her in everything. So I want to encourage her, I want to thank her to continue carrying women along the way she's doing.
High points of the party were songs by the women, dancing competitions, and performances by some comedians. Somewhere or more.
The governor, who was represented by the State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Chief Augustine Nwankwedu, commended members of the cooperative society for embarking on the project of provision of about 120 blocks that would be occupied by people after completion. The governor promised that the estate would be supported by the state government and expressed hope that it will be one of the best in the state after being completed. He advised workers to utilize their income to be part of the development strides in the state.
I want to complete the now. Say that today's event is very remarkable. It is remarkable because the event we are witnessing today is an instance of a cooperative society. Members of some of the federal teaching hospitals who are volunteered on their own to come together, make little contributions, and they are investing that contribution. It is the fruits of that contribution that we are coming to lay foundations with to solidify and live for our children and children's children.
Earlier, the president of Federal Teaching Hospital Cooperative Society, Mr. Abia Uram, said that they embarked on the project to alleviate the housing needs of the members, emphasizing that the estate has provision for school, playground, market, and police station. He appealed to the state government to provide access road, electricity, and water supply to the estate to make it habitable.
Our prayers. We therefore pray that Your Excellency be gracious in coming to our assistance in the provisions of infrastructures in the following areas. Number one, access roads to the estate in view of the anticipated traffic surge that will be generated by the over 300 inhabitants when the estate is fully completed.
The Chairman Medical Advisory Council, Mr. Robinson Ono, who stood in for the Chief Medical Director of Federal Teaching Hospital, Abakaliki, Dr. Emeka Owe, appreciated the state governor, Engineer David Wezumai, for equipping the virology center, provision of light in the hospital, among others, and expressed optimism that their objective for the project will be attained.
Today, FETA ranks first in hematology. People come from every part of this country to come and assess that machine. And the pains Lassa fever had caused us has stopped because His Excellency has built a bridge and handed over the virology center to the Federal Ministry of Health, which we represent.
In their goodwill messages, the State Commissioner for Economic Empowerment, Chief Donatus Njoko, the Special Assistant to the Governor on Primary Health, Ebonyi Central, Mrs. Obianiji Alo, Lady Re Akawa, among others, advised members of the cooperative society to support the executive to achieve their aim, noting that the completion of the project would provide employment to the people. Charles Agada, Salt TV News.
The inspection took the commissioner to Amogwe Ishagu Rice Farm, Ido local government area, Esu Uburu Rice Farm, Ohazara local government area, and Yangbo Veterinary Rice Farm, Ohuku local government area. Mr. Oji, who went round the farms to assess the level of rice development and farmers' capabilities, described the dry season rice production as the best of its kind, owing to the fact that it could be easily managed and does not experience most of the problems that abound in rainy season farming. The commissioner noted that the state government has employed the services of agricultural experts from Taraba State to guide the farmers on the dry season rice production and expressed the hope that with the present effort in farming activities in the state, improvements on the internally generated revenue of the state government was assured.
Ebbc State is really positioning itself to be a leading state in increasing terms of increasing the revenue, internally revenue generation through agricultural commodities. So it is not only rice, we talk about maize, we talk about cassava, but essentially the government is ready, prepared to encourage all farmers in any crop of his or her choice, mainly from rice, which is like a core composite subject, to other crop commodities. But what government does first is to identify the value chain.
In their separate speeches, the farm manager of Amogwe Rice Farm, Mr. Aja Ezru, said the farmers under his supervision were working hard to achieve the best result, while his counterpart in Esu Uburu Rice Farm, Mr. Michael Agu, appealed for more funds from the state government to realize the objectives of the dry season rice production in the area.
The workers are doing very, very well. We have some very fast transplanters. We have low ones. We have the man in charge of the pumps. We have people who channel the water, who direct the water, who manage the water to lead the channels to get to the very bunch prepared by these people experts from Taraba State.
My appeal to the state government is that they should come to our aid by supplying the necessary fund for us to do the proper water pumping. Then we also need a herbicide, although the commissioner just promised that he's going to send a herbicide for us.
Addressing the rally, the state governor, Engineer David Nweze Omahe, appreciated the people of Ikwo for their support to the government and called on them to maintain such support by coming out in the forthcoming April 22nd local government polls to vote for PDP candidates. The governor, represented by the Speaker of Ebbc State House of Assembly, Chief Francis Nwifu, pointed out that the election was time for the people to show their real support to the party, noting that the projects the government has put in place in the area remain a yardstick for their support.
So I want to assure all of you that PDP is the only party that will deliver. All their campaign promises they will deliver. It's not all campaign promises cancelled. It's all campaign promises delivered. You can see the evidence, they are there. We have changed the faces of your people. You can look at your people, they are looking very beautiful, very fine, very handsome. Your stakeholders, you can see their statue today. It's courtesy of PDP. So vote for PDP anytime, any day.
The PDP National Vice Chairman, South East Zone, Chief Austin Omahi, commended Ikwo people for being freedom fighters and for choosing the path of justice in the last general election. Chief Omahi, who said he was proud of Ikwo people, noted that the present government has not disappointed Ikwo people in terms of projects and appointments, assuring that more are in stock for them.
The national, the zonal, the state is solid behind 22nd April of 2017 election. Biko unu pụta bịa ọkwa ịpịa akwụkwọ bịa pịa akwụkwọ to PDP. Out of fear, no other party is coming out. We want to pay for their tickets, but they are so scared to come out. Therefore, I want to beg Igbo people, not even begging, because it's total PDP local government. Unu pụta in mass because vote unu tuta will determine what we are going to do in 2019. Don't take this election for granted. Even though we are coming on board as a PDP local government, there is need for you to demonstrate it by huge turnout on the election day so that they will know that we are not joking.
Some of the stakeholders of Ikwo who spoke during the rally, including Ambassador Franklin Ebuewu, Chief Okago Ogada, and the Ikwo local government caretaker chairman, Elder John Nte, emphasized that Ikwo had made PDP proud in the past and would continue in the same light, and commended the way the state's governor, Engineer David Nweze Omahi, ensured internal democracy in the party in the last party primaries. The state chairman of PDP, Mr. Onyekachi Ebonyi, the PDP zonal youth leader, Mr. Chidebere Egu, and the local government party chairman, Mr. Sunday Nwafo, called on the people to give their total support to the party in the forthcoming election in every ward and at the local government level.
Nínú ọ̀rẹ́ alẹ́ ń bọ́ ìka ń ṣe ń ta fóòtù gọ́vọ̀nà yẹn ní 2015.
High point of the rally was the handing over of the party's flag to the chairmanship candidate, Mr. John Nnabo, and the 20 councillorship candidates.
That was the atmosphere in Methodist Church to commemorate the Good Friday. Preaching at the special church service, the Presbyter Methodist Church of Nigeria, Diocese of Abakaliki, Reverend Chidi Nnabu, and Bishop Lossi Elam said that Jesus Christ brought salvation to the world through his death on the cross, that whosoever believeth in him will not perish but inherit the kingdom of God. Bishop Elam enjoyed Christians to crave to die on the cross with their old nature and do good things that will glorify the name of God.
Today brought hope, brought new life, brought new beginning to all Christians in the whole world. Salvation came down through this cross.
If we remove all these things from our faith, these are central pillars. So what we are not saying already is not just mere stories. It's not just a myth. It's not just a tradition. It's a reality. It's something that happened.
In his message, the Bishop in Central Synod of Presbyterian Church of Nigeria, Right Reverend Onyewoma Umoke, noted that Good Friday was the central point in the faith of Christians because, according to him, Jesus laid down his life for the redemption of mankind. Bishop Umoke advised Christians to learn to forgive one another and live a righteous life so as to benefit from the death of Jesus Christ.
That should learn how to forgive. Jesus said in Luke chapter 20, verse 34, say, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do. So
Church of Nigeria, Abakaliki Diocese, Right Reverend Monday Kwedu, encouraged Christians to live a sacrificial life that would benefit others, as he advised people not to go back to their sinful ways, as Jesus Christ had paid full price for their sins.
We celebrate this day as a great day to the Christian because Jesus died and set us free from the bondage of sin.
The accident involved a trailer lorry DAF with registration number Nasarawa KRV823XA with a Toyota Camry station wagon Funai 51D 26FG belonging to the Federal University Ebbc and a Hyundai baby Jeep with registration Lagos LSR 796DU. According to an eyewitness, the trailer faced had an head-on collision with the Toyota Camry earlier during a heavy downpour at about 4:30 p.m. at the 135 area along the Abakaliki-Enugu Expressway. 3 out of the 5 occupants of the car died at the spot, including a professor in the Federal University Ebbc who later died in the hospital. Thereafter, at about 10 p.m. in the night, the Hyundai baby Jeep rammed into the same trailer, killing 5 out of the 6 passengers, including a pregnant woman, a nursing mother, and a baby of about 9 months old. The chairman of the State Emergency Management Agency, Evangelist Ephraim Onoyi, who attracted the attention of the press and that of the officers and men of the Federal Road Safety Corps to the scene, gave the name of the driver of the baby Jeep as Mr. Jude Iwuchukwu, whose wife is a medical doctor with the Federal Teaching Hospital Fetawan, Abakaliki. Cautioned road users to always drive with caution, especially when it rains, to forestall such occurrence on the highways.
We received this information after 11 p.m. and we rushed to this place 135 Example immediately, and we found that before now a Toyota Camry was involved in an accident. That a professor is involved, and the virtue of the accident, a life was lost. Now in the process, another vehicle ran into the accident, and 5 lives were lost, including a nursing baby and a pregnant woman. So it's happening. I will advise road users whenever there is heavy rain like this, whenever there is downpour, to apply caution, reduce your speed so that you will save your life.
Mr. Joseph Abia of Federal Road Safety Corps, Ebbc State Command, blamed the carnage on human errors and charged drivers to stop night travels.
As part of responsive action, we came to the scene for rescue. From information now, yes, there is fatality and loss of property, but the most important thing is that we make the road safe now for movement. Primary goal was to be sure that the road is cleared. Well, this is a seasonal period of Easter. We should be careful. We should avoid late journeys, night journeys. It's one of the primary reasons of the second crash. Because it was a late journey. That is another
It took the collective efforts of the police, men of the road safety corps, and those of the residents, as well as other travelers, to clear the scene of the debris of the multiple accidents. Meanwhile, the bodies of the accident victims have since been deposited at the hospital mortuary, while the injured are responding to treatments. Sonimobo, Salt TV News.
Addressing members of FIDA, the chairperson, Mrs. Olivia Obaleke, called for collaborative efforts to fully implement the rights of children as it had been passed into law in 2010 in Ebbc State. Mrs. Obaleke enjoined the partner groups such as the police, prisons, and various agencies to be more committed in their duties to reduce the rate of violation of fundamental human rights of children.
It is not part of the fight to get the laws passed to protect these children. The major hurdle we have to providing actual justice for these children, whether pertain the implementation or enforcement of the state law. There is no need making laws if no attempt is made to understand the existing laws we have and how to implement them.
In their separate lectures, Chief Innocent Aloke, Mrs. Ebbc, and Mrs. Nena Ama Elekwa said that remand home was established to handle child-related laws, advocated handling of child-related cases in family magistrate courts or high courts, and advised parents to avoid child marriage, tribal marks, and molestation of children.
We have to assist us in doing that, so that any child going to the man will remain there and come out there successful.
In their remarks, a judge of the High Court, Justice Destina Oko, the immediate past chairperson of International Federation of Women Lawyers, Ebbc State Branch, Mrs. Nena Onoha, the Controller of Prisons, Mrs. Emilia Oputa, among others, called on government and parents to improve the welfare of children, avoid leaving nursing mothers in prisons, and follow the right procedure in handling child-related cases.
The law covers children under the disease, the law covers the law, and the law covers section 3. And we need to take that step because this issue of rape and sexual abuse, it is not a small thing. If you see a child who has been sexually violated, you will put that child in
People involved, the people who made the law, the people who are to carry out the law, should all come together. The high point of the debate was cutting of birthday cake by members of FIDA born in months of March and April. Charles Agada, Salt TV News. Returned to their home, which they had already deserted, following threats to their lives since Saturday when they were first sent packing. Boniface Mwankwo, South TV News. Dr. Ibrahim related how Christians shy away from leadership position and their duties, such Christians to rise up to their responsibilities as promoters of good value system.
When Christians would hide themselves and refuse to assume leadership positions in the society, I watch and listen and also orchestrate the way Christians go hand in hand even walking up to the universe, asking for hands and assistance to be able to do the work of God.
The university then, Professor Flores Oga, while exposing on the theme Mothers, Fan Your Spiritual Gifts into Flame, advised mothers to make good use of God's gifts for the glory of God, spiritual gift, and positive transformation of the society.
It is like cleaning afresh. And that has been there. Pregnant was painter, and the mother said to the child, please go and farm after them. So when we are sharing our faith, it means we must have this faith in the first place. We must have the source of the faith.
The chairman of the occasion, Mr. Olid Machima, said family, as agent of social change, rests on the shoulders of mothers. The chairman planning committee of the event, Mrs. Joyce Barry Oko, who also represented the 2017 Distinguished Mother of the Year, Mrs. Rose Ada Ajawachukwu, said she was elated by the honor done to her by the church, adding that despite challenges, remarkable success was recorded at the event. The President, Woman Guild of the Reformed Presbyterian Church of Nigeria, Mrs. Ebbc said mothers owe it as a duty to transform families and communities and advise mothers to make good use of their gifts. The parish moderator, Reverend Cornelius Eke, and former Deputy Governor of Ebbc State, Elder Professor Chigozie Egbu, described mothers as counselors and teachers who have significant role to play in the society. I am Idam Ele. Receiving them hours after their arrival from the 64-kilometer journey at the Abakaliki Township Stadium, the Commissioner for Sports and Youth Development, Mr. Charles Abdonika, described the youths as examples of how to show appreciation for good governance by a leader. He thanked them for their show of solidarity and appreciation for the good works of the governor, describing them as true ambassadors of excellence and hard work. He promised to convey the exploits of the youths to Governor Omahi, whom he called a youth-oriented leader.
Honestly, people have made a history. Thank you so much. We have really shown the new love for His Excellency. We have really shown to the youth that you people are truly youth ambassadors. And honestly, I will convey this message to His Excellency. The youth are very happy.
In an interview, the trainers, Mr. Godwin Okom from Ezra South Local Government Area, Obinna Obasi from Akeze in Ivo Local Government Area, and Alexander Yoto from Ezra South, said they were moved to appreciate the good works of Governor Omahi, especially in the area of youth empowerment, where over 250 youths were appointed senior technical assistants and technical assistants. They also cited the governor's agricultural revolution, road construction, contemporary approach to conflict resolution, especially the Ezaism of crisis, and the establishment of Virology Center at the Federal Teaching Hospital in Abakaliki as part of the reasons for their actions.
To whom much is given, much is expected. We believe His Excellency have performed creditably well, and to such an uncommon achiever, he deserves to be appreciated in an uncommon way. And that was why we took the type of treatment. It's very uncommon in this part of the country and in the whole of the country, not just the State.
As a youth, I know what you've done for the youth. If you talk about youth empowerment programs, it's second to none in this country. We all know that you've appointed up to 250 youth to serve as STAs and TAs in Ebonyi State.
It was actually in support of the good works that the governor has been doing for the people of Ebonyi State. Yes, his emergence and his election in 2015 was in tandem with the compassionate teachings of Jesus Christ. Yes, he's truly delivering on his mandate.
The trainers added that they kept from Abakaliki Tribune the hometown of the governor to let his kinsmen know that they have a great son. And the governor to enable the state express
Addressing the people, the chairman of the task force on the enforcement of entirely generated revenue in the state, Mr. Peter Oban, said the board was not leaving any stone unturned in achieving its revenue and emphasized that selling business premises to support government business in providing infrastructure and also other essential services.
And I want to say that the people are cooperating and some people are not cooperating. And some people are waiting until when we come to them before they will go and pay, which is not the best. So I want to use this opportunity to appeal to all the general public that it's not good for you to allow the board of revenue to come to your property and come to your investment before you pay. Pay what due to you, to the government.
Mr. Oba commended those who have started paying their money to government and warned that the exercise will continue until all